You know, there are American heroes who don't like this idea. Neil Armstrong, Gene Cernan have both testified against commercial spaceflight in the way that you're developing it, and I wonder what you think of that.
I was very sad to see that, because those guys are, those guys are heroes of mine, so it's really tough. You know, I wish they would come and visit and see the hardware that we're doing here. And I think that would change their mind.
They inspired you to do this, didn't they?
Yes.
And to see them casting stones in your direction.
It's difficult.
Did you expect them to cheer you on?
So they're hoping they would.
What are you trying to prove to them?
What I'm trying to do is to make a significant difference in spaceflight and help make spaceflight accessible to almost anyone.
Easy is not an option. It's hard living. Life is hard. See, it's hard when you're 49 years old, been working on a job for 17 years, and they come in and tell you you're finished and give you 1 week severance pay. And you got to start all over again. It's hard when you're married and raising children and your children are crawling and your husband dies unexpectedly. It's hard handling just the tragedies of life. When you're working on something and you put everything you have in it, and it doesn't work, you must have faith. After you go through it and you get back and you look at it and you say, oh, now I understand why I needed that lesson. You've got to believe in yourself. You've got to believe in your abilities. You've got to believe in your service, your company, your ideas, unquestionably.
I was just reading the news a couple of days ago. Google, Bank of America, Nordstrom, Apple, they no longer hire. They don't need a degree, right, for you to be their top, employees, right? It's no longer a requirement. Now, why is that? Because that they know now they need talents, they need good people, and just because you have a degree doesn't make you a great employee. It doesn't make you a high performance individual. There's so many other factors. So, and the school system is not caught up to what's going on, how fast things are changing.
All these people going to the pool. Let me tell you one little trick. When I was 25, I quit doing weekends the way these people are doing them. Literally saved me millions of dollars. Not to mention the energy, not to mention the consequences, the bad stuff that happens to these people. They're going to get drunk, hungover. They're going to forget everything they did. They're going to end up with chlamydia. Shit. All kind of bad stuff happens, man, when you're soaking your body up in alcohol. It's a time and a place, man. Just wait. Pick your time and pick your place. But it can't be every weekend. Come on. And by the way, what happens in Vegas, don't stay in Vegas. It goes with you everywhere you go. Just keeping it real. You know me, man. You love me or hate me. I can ruin your weekend, but I keep it real.
I got like 3,000 in the bank. No. I want him here. So I got like 3,000 in the bank talking about giving money away.
Yeah.
So in a year, I'm gonna graduate. So how should I do this? Do I invest with somebody who's got a lot of money?
You invest the whole $4,000 in you. Don't invest any money in stocks. You don't invest any money in stocks or real estate or anything. All that money should go in you because you don't have any money.
No.
So don't act like the $4,000 is money. You're broke.
Yeah.
So just act like you're broke. Get rid of it. Make it official.
So we're talking.
Invest that money in you, dude.
Okay.
Like when you guys leave college, man, keep going to courses. Go get the courses you really want. Because right now you're just taking the courses to get through. When you leave here, you need to spend more money on your education. Figure out a guy you can hang out with. Buy your way into meetings. Borrow money, man, to connect up with people that are in power. Okay, it's a way to shortcut the whole deal.
All right.
25 to 45 years old. I was broke at 25. At 45, I was worth probably 10 or 15 million bucks. I started getting comfortable. I started getting seduced by the idea that I had done more than other people. You know, my mom said, oh my God, you've done so good. You know, people, oh, you've done so good. And I started buying the pitch.
How did you get out of that though? Because,
well, this is what happened, right? So what happens is on this planet, if anybody that's out there that gets comfortable, you will always be punished for being comfortable. The entire middle class in America should have had their massive wake-up call in 2008 and 2009. So I don't know if it's God, some spiritual law, or whatever. Somebody came down with a finger and said, hey, you rested, you got comfortable, let me show you what I can, and they just pulled the rug out, right? So I watched all this wealth that I had spent 20 years creating just like go out with the tide. When I got married and started having kids, that's when I was like, hey, you need to get your freaking act here on point. And so like I'm in beast mode every day trying to reach for what I can do, not what I have.
When you have a dream and the dream isn't something you dream and then it happens, the dream is something you never knew was going to come into your life. Dreams always come from behind you, not right between your eyes. It sneaks up on you. But when you have a dream, it doesn't often come at you screaming in your face, this is who you are, this is what you must be for the rest of your life. Sometimes a dream almost whispers. And I've always said to my kids, the hardest thing to listen to, your instincts, your human personal intuition, always whispers, it never shouts. Very hard to hear. So you have to, every day of your lives, be ready to hear what whispers in your ear. It very rarely shouts. And if you can listen to the whisper, and if it tickles your heart, and it's something you think you want to do for the rest of your life, and that is going to be what you do for the rest of your life, and we will benefit from everything you do.
It takes courage to be exceptional. It takes courage to be wise. It takes courage to be rich. It takes courage to be educated. It takes courage to be knowledgeable. Because the moment you do, but you don't talk like, oh, you forgot where you came from. Look at you talking. It takes courage. And I'm just wondering, in this weak, watered down, mediocre society that we live in today, in this reality TV world we live in today, I'm wondering if there's anybody left that's got the courage to say, after all I've been through, and all my ancestors have been through, and all my parents have been through, I didn't come through all of that just to fit in with normalcy. I have the courage to go after my dream. Is there a woman left in this entire Coliseum that's got some courage?
Facebook wasn't the first thing I built. I also built chat systems and games, study tools and music players, and I'm not alone. J.K. Rowling got rejected 12 times before she finally wrote and published Harry Potter. Even Beyoncé had to make hundreds of songs to get Halo. The greatest successes come from having the freedom to fail.
And often I think people ask, what mistakes should you avoid making? And my answer to that question is don't even bother trying to avoid mistakes because you're going to make tons of mistakes, right? And the important thing is actually learning quickly from whatever mistakes you make and not giving up, right? And I mean, there are things every single year of Facebook's existence that could have killed us or made it so that it just seemed like moving forward and making a lot of progress just seemed intractable, but you just kind of bounce back and you learn, and nothing is impossible. You just have to kind of keep running through the walls.
See those little black boxes? They're called telephones. I'm going to let you on a little secret about these telephones. They're not going to dial themselves, okay? Without you, they're just worthless hunks of plastic. Like a loaded M16 without a trained Marine to pull the trigger. And in the case of the telephone, it's up to each and every one of you, my highly trained Stratonites, my killers. My killers who will not take no for an answer. My fucking warriors who will not hang up the phone until their client either buys or fucking dies!